minorities, or it can only be decided in terms of the central government. So I think that is the issue.
No, but this is primarily related to Hindus being given minority status in those states where they are in minority. Presently, even if suppose in the case of say Punjab or J&K, right,
Yes.
where Hindus are in minority, but the actual minority status is given to those who are in majority. So a PIL is in Supreme Court.
Yes, sir.
The center has asked Supreme Court to consider this, that we would like to give minority status to Hindus in those states which I have mentioned. Now, since I have already given you an idea, what are your views about it?
The Constitution of India does protect the status of minorities in India as a whole, and so I believe if for certain purposes and for certain positive reasons, the Supreme Court does decide to give minority status in a particular state to reduce atrocities against certain sections within the state, it can be a positive move.
Viren sir?
Question, I'll take it on. You see, the Supreme Court does it. Supreme Court in no way is in a position to stop atrocities. It will only adjudicate a matter in view of the constitutional scheme. What does the Constitution provide? So how do you think it would stop atrocities on minorities, religious minorities at that?
So if it can provide in the future a certain safeguards that the minority status can provide, and certain special steps that can be taken for minorities in a particular state.
Can you give any example when Supreme Court has provided safeguards, laid down safeguards? You heard of Vishakha's case?
Yes.
Okay. You've been a student of history.
Yes, sir.
Who do you think, whom would you rate as a foremost historian of the later Mughals period? Who are later Mughals?
So I would say the period after the so-called fall of the Mughals or the decline of the Mughals, so post Aurangzeb, so would possibly be regarded
So you
as the
think
later Mughals.
Beyond Aurangzeb are the later Mughals?
Yes, sir. So which are not considered so high and mighty in the course of their achievements.
Okay. Recently, there has been a talk. Certain people feel that there is a need to review and rewrite India's history. What is your take on that?
So I personally believe that the writing and rewriting of history has been a continuous part and parcel of history since time and forever. And I believe rewriting of history is always a positive step. But at the same time, I believe this rewriting should be based on certain facts that history recognizes and the range of sources that history as a discipline recognizes. So if the rewriting is done in that regard, it can only lead to more positive debate and discussion in the long term.
What do you understand by Warsaw Pact?
So the Warsaw Pact was a pact signed in 1955 in the context of the Cold War, led by the Soviet Union. It was a security pact formed in the context of the formation of the NATO and an opposition to the NATO, sir.
I have another question from history, on history. Yes. What was Standstill Agreement?
Sir, I can't recollect at this point.
Okay. In your resume, I found that you took part in parliamentary debates. Now, how are at school or college level debates different than parliamentary debates?
Sir, in college there are a number of formats of debate we participated in, ranging from parliamentary debate to conventional debating, to turncoat style of debating, and there were a lot of variations there. The structure of the debate is a 3-on-3 format. So while certain positions were the same, such as opposition, leader of opposition, there was a whip speech as well. But I believe the parliamentary debates at school were on a particular topic. They were more structured and within a certain time limit, sir. As compared to parliamentary debates in the parliament, I do feel that sometimes they are quite long and are not in a point-to-point format as we discussed in school and college.
One of your pastime or hobby is exploring word cinema. Now, what is exploring word cinema? What does it involve? How do you explore it?
So, the reason I chose the word explore is because I am no authority on world cinema, and I like to see and look at movies as they come to me and as one leads to the other. So, ranging from Iranian cinema to cinema of Hong Kong.
You are not a student of languages. So, other than Hindi and English, what language do you know?
Sir, I have tried to learn reading and writing Urdu. So, I know the Urdu script. I like to learn a few phrases here and there from my friends who are from different states.
So, you will explore world cinema from subtitles, is it?
Sir, I believe world cinema is more than just dialogue. The very vocabulary of filmmaking and cinema, I believe, does not necessarily need language to convey it. Sir. So, I think that is my interest in world cinema. And subtitles, obviously, sir, help me understand the story better.
Have you heard the term soft power?
Yes, sir.
What does it imply?
So, soft power is usually used in opposition to hard power, where hard power talks about a certain military might. Soft power, on the other hand, is the influence of culture and other aspects in increasing the might or the influence of a certain country or power over other powers. So, cinema can also be one example of...
Any other illustration of soft power in context of India?
So, India's cultural outreaches, for example, yoga and international celebration of the International Yoga Day across the world can also be an example of India's soft power.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Shruti, you are from home district is Bijnor. So tell us something about Bijnor.
Sir, Bijnor is a district located in western UP, sir. The river Ganga flows through it. So it is a very fertile state. Sugarcane being one of the major crops of Bijnor, and therefore sugar mills and the sugar industry is also very well developed, with 5 of the most largest sugar mills located here. In terms of historical importance, the place Vidurkoti is associated with Bijnor. There are a number of prominent personalities from Bijnor, ranging from Vishal Bharadwaj in cinema to poets like Dushyant Kumar, to historical figures like Abul Fazl associated with Ambersar. So it is truly a very rich.
What product has been assigned to Bijnor district as a part of ODOP scheme of government of UP?
Sir, woodwork and wooden craft, especially associated with Nagina, is assigned to Bijnors.
Okay. So what is this Amrit Mahotsav? We keep hearing about Amrit Mahotsav. What is this Amrit Mahotsav? Now the whole country is celebrating Amrit Mahotsav.
Sir, the government of India is celebrating 75 years of India's independence through Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, where we are celebrating the Indian culture through performing arts, through our handloom, through celebrating our history. So various steps have been taken under this, ranging from establishing tribal museums to organizing certain cultural events to organizing quizzes related to India's culture on online platforms as well.
Okay. So basically we are celebrating 75th year of India's independence. So even after now 75 years of independence and so much of progress on various fronts, still we have a good number of people who are having severe problem of poverty. As per recent data of Niti Aayog and even the international poverty check, we have, I think the number of course varies around 7% to 12% from different sources. What could be the reason why we have not been able to tackle this problem?